sun is so strong. I want to sneeze. Guess where I'm going today? So our neighbor, Mr. Larry and Miss Karen, invited me to their baking experience. They are a great baker, and I'll show you later.
It feels like I'm going to school because I haven't been committed to anything lately. Got some responsibility on me, even though
It's gonna be fun. But Mr. Larry and Karen, they have a bunch of energy. Almost feel like, oh, I don't have enough to handle, but I'm gonna be all right. So the recipe, perfect caramel sticky buns. This should be secret because you make it so good.
Some of that I changed a little bit. This was a recipe I got online, and it's a Pennsylvania Dutch recipe. I added and changed some things. I'm just mixing up the filling for the peanut butter.
I didn't know you can put that in there, but it's awesome. I bet it's good taste.
Peanut butter, well, this is the recipe I'm going with. I changed this too.
Okay. Maybe like working from experience, you know, it's work better.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
Like some things,
I
have a recipe for a rice pudding that is unbelievable.
Oh, I bet.
But it calls for so much sugar in it, and gradually I've been cutting it back and cutting it back, and it doesn't make a difference in the taste. So who needs all that sugar?
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the cooking, I try to do that too, because it's scary how much sugar we need.
A third cup of heavy cream, sugar, honey. Okay.
Have you ever made puff pastry? I'm sure you.
It's not one of my favorites.
It's a lot of butter.
Well, yeah, and it takes a lot of work.
I do that sometimes. You can make a lot of food with puff pastry.
Yes, you can.
Yep. So I tried that. My favorite is egg tart. Have you ever tried egg tarts? Like Portuguese egg tart?
No.
I would love to make some for you.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
There's something, trying to think of what I think the Canadians call them butter tarts. There's syrup and they're sweet too, very sweet.
I will make it not very sweet. Well, the butter part, I will try to cut down some, but I never made it to know how much I really need. The egg filling part, I made it less sugar than what they cost for.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe I'll make that sometime.
I just wanted to get all this together. That's a third cup.
All right. We just need one, right?
Yep. 2 tablespoons of honey.
Okay, 2 tablespoons.
And I don't know if you ever did this before.
Oh, you're going to show me something.
This works pretty well.
Like a tool?
If you put just a little bit of oil on the tablespoon or a cup, you're using something very
like
sticky.
Viscosity?
This way it'll come out of the spoon easier. Have you ever tasted orange blossom honey?
Orange blossom.
From the blossoms of an orange tree.
Should I spray it again for the second?
No.
Okay. So 1, do it.
That's too loud. You have...
No.
Very good. It's a good background music. Oh yeah, made it so much easier.
And even if you scrape it out with your finger.
Okay.
Get it all.
Never think it's too messy.
Yep.
So you're clean up as you go, which is awesome.
Well, not enough to pleasure my wife. So
where are you going next? I'm coming.
She cleans up after me. Okay, I think we got it all.
So we'll use a mixture here.
Sure. Okay. Let me get a spatula in there and just scrape it down around.
I'm so glad you guys invited me because I really wanted to learn something and do something.
Good. Good.
You guys always make it good. All right, I'm starting now.
Okay.
What's the best way to get the creamy stuff out from here? Because I know for mashed potato, you slowly lift up.
The best tools in the world are your fingers.
Sure. Some tools made it easier, but I guess get to this point, we gotta use fingers. That's our only pineapple.
That's fresh pineapple. I had cut it, so he said he needs some more. So
What we do now is roll out the dough.
You want me to watch this? I can be your personal helper.
Okay. For some reason, don't ask me why, I usually end up putting the smaller ones in the corner.
Okay.
I don't know why. There's no reason.
It just worked out that way?
Right. So you want 4 across and 3 the other way.
4 across.
Or either way.
Very delicate. I'll see how they smush together. They're gonna stick eventually, right?
Yep. Well, they're going to raise. They'll raise up before we bake them.
They're sticking up already. Scrape it with the
that should do it.
They're like roses. Ooh.
Now these ingredients, could you get these in China?
See, here's the thing. I always talk about, oh, I made this today, I made this today. My parents, especially my sister, she doesn't believe I made those because I'm lazy at home. But I think another thing is that the ingredient is different. The brand is different.
Okay.
They might be the same thing. So it needs a second rice.
Right.
Yeah. This is a lot. Look how thick it is. Do you use it often or you use your computer mostly now?
Yeah. Well, we're soon ready to put it in the oven.
All right. Magic happens.
Yeah. No, the magic happens when you eat them.
Oh yeah, true too. I think the cooking process is magical too. Do you know Bob Ross, the painter? He has the fluffy hair and he paints on TV.
Yes.
I think what he does is magical. Like he uses the knife and paintbrush. He just make it.
Yeah, he's fast.
Oh yeah, he's fast. Like 15 minutes, you look at the TV again and he's done. So this is the topping.
I've started several years ago using a thermometer because you don't know what the inside temperature is. You know when it reaches the temperature
185.
Then it's done.
I only do it with meat. I never try to poke it through to test the dough and everything. Look at them.
I think they're ready to go.
Awesome. 25 minutes. Do you turn it midway?
This is
fine.
It's a new oven, heats with a fan.
So it's circulated.
Right. The old ovens were
the traditional
with the heat from underneath. You had to turn it around, but these are pretty good. You don't have to do too much.
Do you want me to grab the next dough or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Next is pineapple. I smell it. I like making everything from scratch. I do.
Well, we pretty much do. She makes she makes in a black iron skillet.
Oh, okay. I like the consistency of it. Now this is called cooking, baking. You dip your hands in completely.
Okay.
Here, I'll move this. Oh, it's getting soft again.
Yep.
I feel like it raised up a little bit too.
It's best to make this in the wintertime.
Right, because it's colder.
Well, now we have 78 degrees in here. Normally in the winter it's 70 or 68.
I'm glad we can see through this. It's looking good. You want it to be 185?
185. I don't think it's there yet.
I've never been so accurate with dough before. I usually use a toothpick.
Sticky buns never stick like this.
I can see the jello.
Your chocolates were out of this world.
Dig in. Ooh. Usually my camera comes first before I eat anything. Just a mixture. I see the fan back there. This is gorgeous. Flip the flop. Awesome. Oh, look at it, the color.
I'm just going to put a little bit on. And,
That's gonna sink in a little bit too.
Yep.
A nice glaze. I like this too, the recipe and the idea. This is awesome.
Okay, Miss Rose. This is your graduation gift. You graduated with honors.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. We're taking this home. We always go home full loaded.
There's no leavening in the dough. It's just flour and eggs mostly, maybe with just a little scant amount of water. And we roll that out.
Very thin?
A 1/16 of an inch.
Okay.
My grandmother used a knife, but I use a pizza cutter. I cut squares about that big.
Gotcha.
Then we'll have chicken roasted and take all the skin and fat off of it and break it in pieces. And we put onions and celery in with it.
Parsley.
And parsley. We cook all that. There's a pretty good amount of liquid with it, with the water from cooking. But when it's boiling, we lay the dough on top of the boiling water, and then a layer of dough, a layer of thin sliced potatoes, a layer of dough, a layer of thin sliced potatoes, and we'll have a big pot of that. It's delicious.
I bet.
It is delicious.
That's called butt boy.
Pot boy. We call it pot pie. It just translated later into pot pie.
Gotcha.
I made homemade noodles.
Whoa.
He made his own stand, so he left them dry, and then we.
Does that have to be dried up?
These, yeah, they're sticky. So when you put them in the broth, When they're a little dry, then they don't stick together.
Okay, gotcha. Wait, I want to show you. I made noodles before too. So I feel like in China, or at least my family, we do a lot of kneading the dough.
Okay.
We do it by hand instead of by a mixture. My mom, she knows how to make noodles. She knows how to do dumplings and a lot of stuff. I'm afraid to miss some of that culture.
The wontons?
Yep, we do that too.
I'd love to know how.
I'll search a recipe. Maybe we can make dumplings sometime.
Yes, I'd like that.
I don't make any Chinese food, which is really weird because I feel like
Now, what do you put in your wontons?
there's like scallions and pork.
Okay.
It's really traditional. There's some like American Chinese food and there's Chinese food. I feel like maybe here people would tend to like less weird stuff.
Okay.
Because we can put like mushroom and egg and stuff together. And it's like even vegetables I can't name in English. And it's interesting.
And take care of it.
Yes.
So.
I love this. So pretty. The barnacles.
Yes.
Did it grow on it?
Mm-hmm.
How come? That's cool.
Isn't it?
Yep. And you found it somewhere, right?
Yeah, everywhere I walk I find stuff and I bring it home and